Good morning, everybody. Right, had a bit of a bloody nightmare last night. So just got ourselves all cosy and warm, and it was about 11:30. We're all just starting to nod off, and then all of a sudden the alarm went off on the van. So got up, thought somebody might be trying to key the door or something, to get in. Had a look around the van, didn't seem to be anybody there. So kept on having a look, and then when we checked the electric meter at the top here, turns out the leisure battery had died. I think it's probably due, it's our own fault, but due to the van being parked up where it was parked all summer, and it kept it nice and tip top because it was in the sun all the time. But unfortunately, there hasn't been that much sun, so the leisure battery is drained down. It's just things you don't think of. So now we've got the issue of getting the leisure battery out from under here. Look, that's where it lives, behind here. But I think we're gonna have to take the bloody seat off to do it. So we've had a freezing cold night, no heating because the boiler requires the leisure battery to fire the boiler. So we've had no heating, no lights, nothing, no water, because you can't, everything's run off the leisure battery or through the leisure battery. So yeah, watch this space. Let's see if we can get this sorted out. There is places nearby, in fact 50 metres. Wow. Somewhere that sells batteries. So right, I'll let you know how we get on. Right, so we've reached Pinto. Had a Chinese. Yeah. Can't move. No. Oh, that was good. Dog's been out for a quick walk. Now I think we'll go around the park again. If you look back at WW78, I think, somewhere around there, you'll see the park. Where did you pull that from? Well, it was WW78, I think so. Yeah. So yeah, if you have a look at that, you'll see the park we're about to walk around. But as for the van, it seems to be performing okay. I don't know what went wrong, whether it was a short or a fault in that silly panel up there, I don't know.
We just don't know.
So we're just going to have to see what happens tonight.
It says the leisure's battery is brimming full now.
Yeah, I don't know.
No explanation for that one.
Let's just hope we don't have a catastrophe again tonight at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something silly. So, but yeah, you know what it's like. Happens to us.
Yeah.
A bit different, isn't it?
Wow.
So we're up in the Pyrenees now. Yeah, slightly different to yesterday, even though it was cold there. It was nice and sunny, but it's just ridiculous. Look at it. Big snowdrifts at the side of the road and stuff.
This is slightly different to an hour ago. I don't quite know where I've brought us, to be honest.
Oh, ski resorts.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, so basically the update on the power situation, the battery, is that... What's going on there? Why are we going down this road? Oh, that one goes to the car park, right. It's not looking good down there, look. Yeah, so the battery, basically it charged up via the solar panel, which I thought was a bit odd because it charged really fast. So we allowed it to run the electrics in the van, i.e. the light and so on. It went down quite quickly. So rather than having what we had the night before where we knew the alarm would go off, we left the power bank hooked into the van to power the electrics of the van so that the heating stayed on, which is pretty cool because that worked really well, and it was surprisingly a lot less than I thought it would be in the amount of power that it used from the power bank. So really good way of getting out of the doo-doo. Although what we do realise now is that the battery was showing full because it was showing the full amount it had in it, not the capability of it. Do you know what I mean? So once it's already dropped, you're never going to get it to go back up again because it's a normal lead battery. So we do need a new battery ASAP. That's where we are with that. So, God, look at this. Like walking in a winter wonderland.
I think we're actually going downhill now, but
yeah,
I wouldn't have bought us this way if I'd known. But it is beautiful.
I'm just trying to keep my speed down because I don't know how much black ice or whatever there are on the road.
Yeah,
so.
we're coming down now. Altitude 1700. It was 1800. Minutes later, and it's all gone.
It's bad, isn't it? It's like being, well, I don't know, it's like being somewhere where there ain't no snow.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But we did get out and let Lily have a little wriggle around in it because she loves the snow.
Yeah, I do. I love it. I love the snow.
Okay, so we're at Cuela de Vil. It's basically a Spanish town. It's got a nice little, what would you call it, a castle or like a fortress?
Fortress maybe.
Kind of a fortress, yeah. So we'll have a look at it, shall we? Get the dogs out, let them have a sniff about and see what we can find. I think from what we can see, it looks like it's basically, there's a bit, this says El Castillo Habitado, so that probably means the bit they live in. But the rest of it all looks like it's like a town inside. The walls are like a sort of a fortress, really. But yeah, it looks good. What do you reckon, Lil?
What?
Lily?
What? Oh, yeah, I'll just have a look down there.
Okay. I think this might be like council offices. Oh, sorry, okay. Right, I think that was kind of official offices because we got told off for filming in there. So. Oops. What do you reckon, Lil?
They're just a bunch of jobs worth.
Well, I wouldn't tell them to the face.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've got to go down here.
All right,
anyway.
see you later then. houses and buildings just look seriously old. I mean, obviously the houses are quite old, but the actual castle wall, God. Okay, and we're back to the beginning. Just walked all the way around. Nice little walk for the dogs. Good sort of half an hour, 45 minutes. Really nice. Just realised there's a bar there. Might have to go for a beer. Okay, so we've gone and got ourselves a battery, right? Unfortunately, of course, we've got an odd shaped battery. Specialised, as they called it. I don't think it is that specialised, but we needed an 100 AH C20, which is an acid battery, so lead, not lithium. And they gave us this one, which I'm not actually sure if it's even going to fit at the moment, but it's a 90, so it's slightly less. Is it 90 or 95?
95 was it?
95.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, so what I've got to do is this plate here is the rotation plate, I think it's called. And there's 1, 2, 3, and the same on the other side that have got to come out. So T35 sockets, I think, on these. I've just got to hope I don't snap the T35 or round off the actual screws themselves. So right, let's get cracking at that and I'll show you the next stage. Really bloody awkward position to get to. Okay, I'm going to leave these in different areas around the van so that I'll put the same ones back in the same holes. I've loosened them all off now, so don't think I'm just like super strong or something silly. Right over there. Okay. I've already took the front one out on the right hand side. Okay, and then there's one at the front here, look, front left. Don't push on the seat because it'll trap the fingers. Okay, that's that one out. So I'm going to leave this one at the front here so we know which way round they go. And then there's a really awkward one at the back here as well. You have to get the seat in the right position to get to it, look. Oh no, I've got that one out, haven't I? So that should be all the bolts out now. Unless this is a bolt that needs to come out, but I think it's just a trap for the seat when it goes back into place. Right. Okay, so this one that I thought was just a seat stop isn't. I think it's got a bolt head on it, so you have to, that has to come out as well, look. There we go. I don't know if I'm going to get it out with the seat in place, but technically you should be able to. Nope, it's hitting the seat. Maybe that'll... Okay, so after a bit of confusion, there's a little bit of a... If you see this, look, there's a weld mark here, like it's an electric weld mark, and it's actually the top of a bolt, and then there's a 13mm socket underneath it. There's one either side, so they have to come off in order to get them out, which is a real pain in the backside. Okay, for some reason that's really tight still towards the end. Okay, so this last bolt here was like a kind of a coach bolt, is it? Anyway, retainer bolt where when you spin it round it stops it from spinning, okay? Stops this plate. So I've had to wiggle it, and watch your fingers if you're doing this ever, and then it basically there pops out. Now it doesn't come out totally, but it's out of its thread. So let's get this. I haven't done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing here, but the bit I'm worried about is the wires, because when the seat tilts over, if there isn't enough room with the wires, I don't want to wrench them off or anything. Yeah, no, we're looking good at the moment. There's quite a bit of play there.
I'll just come around this side a bit.
Okay, It's looking like there's quite a bit of play, isn't there?
Yeah.
But we've got to get enough room to get the actual battery out. So,
You're going to need me, aren't you, to hold that?
yeah, I had to get a 13mm socket on these, which I didn't realise I had.
Thank goodness you did have.
Yeah. Right, just a minute. Let's see if we can push that other seat forward. And then we've got a room for it to fall over, yeah?
Right. No, she'll.
That might be all we need.
Okay.
Right. But I do need little Doris out of the way. Oh, I need you to keep an eye on the wires so nothing goes tight. Oh. Anything tight?
No, looks okay.
It's all looking good. Right, I think I can get that battery out now.
Yeah. Do you want me to come and hold the chair steady?
Not as yet.
Okay.
What I need now is that 13mm socket again, I think. On that. Yeah. Oh, that's bloody tight. Anyway, bottom there. Okay.
This is the most unusual storage for a leisure battery we've ever come across, isn't it?
Yeah, most of them are just straightforward. Chuck them under the seat, didn't they?
Yeah, under the footwell or in the side of the van. Never been a problem to get to like this.
So positive on the right. I think I could foresee that we're going to have issues getting it out because of the wiring, look.
Yeah.
Because that's all really tight. Okay. They've given you nothing to work with here, look. Look at that.
I know.
Oops, don't do that. Right, let's get that one off. Out. Where's that pipe gone? That's a breather pipe. I'll find out where that's going in a second. Alright, so there's these little retainers at the back of the battery. Look at the size of that!
Just crazy.
Like down to Australia. Right, where are we? Spain? Oh, maybe maybe a bit further over than Australia. Right, like I say, time is not on my side because we're losing light fast. But the minute I get the new battery in, we've got light. So, here we go. Keep your fingers crossed.
Come on, battery.
Right, well, it's coming out.
Yeah.
But we need
it at an angle.
Yeah. That's okay. Ignore that. Is there a site? Is there a... Take that off. Right. So I've got the cable ties off. Should be a bit more successful. Don't touch it, do it. It's still in the way, look. There we go. Alright. Should be a little bit more successful now. Just making sure they're live on the...
Yeah.
You don't go together.
Come my lord.
Okay. It is slightly taller. The new one.
Okay.
Alright, bung it back in.
A bit smaller width-wise, isn't it, to get in?
Yeah. Okay. Right, so we're in position. Those terminals are too high.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Right, so we're at the morning after now. I had to put all the seat back and the old battery back in, etc. So we're just going to have to try and get back to the battery salesman and see if he'll refund the battery. We haven't used it. We haven't put it, didn't connect it up even. Just realised that the terminals were too high for the seat. If we'd have put the seat back on, it had been touching the bottom of the seat, which is not good because I think it turns you into, well, like an electric chair, which wouldn't be good. So, right, well, let's see how we get on with that. I'll keep you informed on the next bit. Okay, so had a bit of a brainwave this morning, and I realised there's a recess under here. And when actually measuring it, the terminals actually miss it by about a centimetre, which is fine. So, took all the seat off, took the old battery out, put that one back in, put the seat back on, put it in place, made sure it sat down onto its housing and where it's supposed to be, had a look underneath, and sure enough, there's a gap like that. I was correct in the fact that it's higher, because it is a lot higher than the other battery, but it's still not the right battery. So what we're going to do is get this one on, and then we can use it till we get back to the UK and we can source it from a proper, because trying to source that leisure battery out here is a nightmare. But I'm going to connect this one up and see if everything works, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. I'm going to connect it all up. Right, get this on first. I'll get second one. Check how it's working correctly. Put it on there. Right, see. Which is where is it now? That must be. Okay, so I've got the seat back in position. If you look here, look, I don't know if you can see under there, you see where the terminal is? You see that terminal here? Okay, if you look up underneath there, where my finger is, there's actually a gap of about just under 10 mil, and the same on the other side. So we should be good. So let's try it. Let's turn it all on, see what happens. Yep, that's all on. Leisure battery, well, it's not full, but it's working. It says it's reading exactly the same as the engine battery.
Okay.
That makes sense actually, because if the engine battery is a 95,
yeah,
then that's the same power. But I'm sure it'll charge up as we get going and there's a bit of daylight and stuff. So all that's left to do now really is to put all the bolts back in. So that's it, pretty much.
Woohoo!